In this video, let's see how you can add a subdomain to your cPanel and how you can add a second domain. If you have another website you want to run on cPanel, then let's see how you can do that. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to add a domain called store.that. So before I even do that, before I even copy that, let's add the DNS record for store here. And I'm going to copy, and I need to add an A record for store. We're going to add a domain called store on cPanel. Let me paste that and I will save. Now that's the bare minimum. Even now, if I was to go to, I've not added this domain on cPanel, but if I was to go to store dot, I mean, it's redirecting to this, but it should not. Maybe that's a setting that I haven't looked at, but you can see it goes to this domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this domain on its own in cPanel. So I'll just copy the domain, copy, and I'll come back to cPanel. And you can go home, or you can search. You can search there. If you need to search, you can search there. Or you can scroll down until you find domain and you can create the domain here. So let's go to domains. So I need to add a domain, so I'll create a new domain. I'll just enter subdomain. You can change the root folder for that domain. So I'm going to submit to create this domain. So the domain has been created. After we create the domain, we can go and install WordPress on it. So if you come here, WP Toolkit is very helpful. You can see here we have one issue. So if I click on this, I can just click on it and you can turn on redirect to HTTPS for a domain that you installed via WP Toolkit. So it's very helpful. And it's going to bring you here under domains, and you can just click there on force redirect to HTTPS. Let us go back to WP Toolkit. We are going to install WordPress in the domain that we've just created. So I can click there on install to install a new WordPress. And I will choose the domain from there. So you have to first of all add the domain for it to reflect here under WP Toolkit. You can add an installation directory, but I'll just leave that as it is. Then website title, I'll just add WordPress website store. Of course, change these settings to match your website. This time around, let me go with e-commerce pack, and I'm sure this is going to install WooCommerce and any related plugins. Language, as usual, select your language from there. WordPress version, of course, go with the current. And then these settings, I'll just leave them as they are. And I can install. If I need to change anything, I can always click on it and change it. So I'm going to install this. All right, installation is complete. You can go ahead and install plugins. If there are any plugins you want to install on that site, you can install any plugins you need there. Maybe you want to install Yoast SEO, you can install Yoast. I'm going to close that and we can come down to our website that we've just installed. And let's try to log in. If we go into login, click on it, see if you can go into the dashboard. There you go. You have created a new WordPress subdomain there. So the most important thing, make sure that you add the DNS records here. So the DNS records for your new domain are also under Zone Editor. So you can add them manually, or you can import them like I showed you in the last video. Okay, you're going to see that since it is a subdomain for this, it has been bundled in together with that. So if I go to manage, I should see all the other records for store, and they're there. So what you'd need to do again is just do a backup of the domain and then re-import them into Cloudflare. So let's say you want to add another website. The only thing I'm going to do in this case is to show you the steps are just the same. So let me choose another website that I can use as an example here. Okay, so if I want to add this domain on my cPanel, I'll just copy, come to cPanel, search for domains, add, click there on create a new domain. So you can see here, you have reached the maximum number of domains for this account. So that means you'll have to come back here and go to packages, edit a package. So that has to do with packages. So whenever someone is selling web hosting with cPanel, packages are what drives that. You say this domain can create one website, another can create 10, and those packages will then be matched with a system like WHM and then those can be created automatically. So you can see here we have unlimited all this, but maximum add-on domains, 0 maximum packed domains. So the domain that we need to add, that I'm adding next, is an add-on domain. Add-on domain and packed domain. A packed domain is a domain that you can just put here and maybe it redirects somewhere, or you're just adding it here so that the domain can have somewhere to be, can have a home, but it's not that important. If you want to create a website, you'll always use the add-on domains. So you can add this add-on domain feature for your users if they want to add more domains. So here, once I add that, I can just refresh this page. And now I can add another domain. So everything in cPanel, almost everything I mean, is controlled by a package. So if you say someone can only have 3 databases in the package in WHM, they cannot create more than 3 databases. If you say they can only have 5 subdomains, that's what they're going to get. They cannot go above that. So that's one thing that you can do in WHM for security, just to make sure that your resources are not used where they're not supposed to be used. So you can submit, add the domain here. Okay, so you can see, since I have not pointed that domain to cPanel, it's telling me that the domain, the A record for that domain does not point to this cPanel server, so it cannot be added by cPanel. So if you want to fix that, you have to come here and change the IP there. You can see this IP is pointing somewhere else, and I don't want to change it. I'll just leave it like that. So make sure the IP, before you add a domain to cPanel, make sure that you have added an A record that points to your cPanel server. And once the domain has been added successfully, you can go ahead and install WordPress or use Site Builder to build your website with it. So that's it for this part. If there's anything that I've forgotten, let me know and I will create a video for that.